Francesco Pecco Bagnaia is living through the roughest patch of his MotoGP career. And it's happening at the worst possible time, right when Ducati is riding a wave of dominance thanks to his new teammate, Marquez. The 2025 season, which was supposed to showcase a heavyweight title fight between two generational champions, has instead turned into a nightmare for Bagnaia. After 15 rounds, he has only one victory to his name. A shocking downturn for the two-time world champion who just a year ago was celebrated as Ducati's golden boy. Barcelona was perhaps the low point. Bagnaia slumped to 21st on the grid after qualifying, his worst Saturday result in 3 years.
Welcome to GP Time. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.
Though he salvaged a 7th-place finish in Sunday's Grand Prix after experimenting with a different swing arm, the Italian star admitted he no longer recognizes the bike underneath him. "My bike closes and doesn't turn," Bagnaia vented to Ducati staff in behind-the-scenes footage from the Catalunya weekend. "It's unbelievable how fast I was last year, and how slow I am now. I'm losing confidence more and more." It was the sound of a rider beaten down not just by lap times, but by the mental grind of watching his teammates soar while he struggles. In the same Ducati video, Marquez, the very man dominating the championship, offered Bagnaia a simple but powerful piece of advice. "You have to arrive at the track and do a reset," Marquez told him. "Misano will be good. When the journalists stop, everything will feel easier. Step by step, it will get better." It was a moment that revealed not just Marquez the competitor, but Marquez the mentor. For a rider who has battled through career-threatening injuries, the Spaniard knows better than anyone the value of starting over mentally when the pressure is suffocating. Inside Ducati's garage, tension is real. Team manager Davide Tardozzi admitted the Italian needs help finding balance. "Pecco must stay with us and trust the process. He's strong, but right now he needs calm," Tardozzi said after the Barcelona race. Meanwhile, Ducati course general manager Dall'Igna insisted they won't abandon their former champion. "Honestly, I'm not someone who gives up easily," Dall'Igna told Sky Italy. "Yes, our performance has dropped, maybe even worse than at the start of the season. But I'll do everything I can to help Pecco rediscover his feeling with the bike and return to being the champion we know he is." For Bagnaia, the frustration has been mounting. In Austria, he admitted he was losing patience with the GP25's shortcomings, while in Catalunya, his body language said it all, shaking his head after every session, visibly battling himself as much as the motorcycle. Adding insult to injury, Marquez has adapted almost seamlessly to the Desmosedici. His relentless pace and adaptability have left Bagnaia in the shadow, a painful contrast for a rider who was once Ducati's undisputed #1. But there is hope on the horizon. Next up is Misano, a circuit that honestly feels like home for Bagnaia. It's where he's celebrated some of his biggest victories, cheered on by the Italian tifosi. If there's a place to rediscover his confidence, this might be it. Whether Marquez's advice to reset becomes the spark Bagnaia needs remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, in a sport where mental strength is often as important as horsepower, Bagnaia's next moves could define not just his season, but his legacy. For now, the world is watching, waiting to see if the two-time champion can fight back, or if 2025 will go down as the year the Ducati dream slipped away. Marquez is on the cusp of delivering Ducati one of its greatest ever triumphs. But as he heads into Misano, the question is not whether he'll win, it's how he'll be received. For the first time since May, Marquez tasted defeat in Barcelona, falling just short in the main race against his brother Alex. The loss means he cannot mathematically clinch the 2025 MotoGP World Championship this weekend. Still, with a 182-point cushion over Alex, and only 259 points left on the table, Misano is shaping up to be an unofficial Ducati coronation, a celebration of the team's long-awaited dominance and the man leading it. Yet Misano is no ordinary stop. It is Ducati's spiritual home, it is Italy's temple of speed, and for Marquez, it's a place haunted by booze. For years, the Adriatic circuit has been hostile ground for the Spaniard. Misano sits in the heart of Valentino Rossi territory, the land of the Doctor's Yellow Army. Every time Marquez has returned since their bitter rivalry in the mid-2010s, the reception has been frosty at best, openly antagonistic at worst. Even last year, after his win with satellite team Gresini, the boos echoed through the stands. And when Marquez triumphed at Mugello earlier this season in factory Ducati red, The whistles were so loud that Ducati team manager Davide Tardozzi publicly pleaded with fans, celebrate this as a Ducati victory, not just Marquez's victory. The plea underscored a cultural rift. For decades, Ducati's identity has been tied to Italian heroes. Andrea Dovizioso, carrying the banner through the 2017 to 2019 title fights, and Francesco Bagnaia finally breaking through with back-to-back titles in 2022 and 2023. For many fans, Ducati's success was supposed to be a distinctly Italian fairy tale. Now their red bike is being mastered by a Spaniard, a rider long associated with Rossi's greatest heartbreaks. The Misano tension is part of a broader shift in perception. For years, the story was Ducati the machine, an engineering marvel capable of delivering victories to whoever rode it. In 2023, Jorge Martin claimed the crown while Ducati filled the top 4 championship spots, cementing its status as MotoGP's kingmaker. But 2025 is different. The gulf between Marquez and his fellow GP25 riders is undeniable. Bagnaia trails him by 250 points, Fabio Di Giannantonio by 326. Even with identical machinery, no one has matched Marquez's level. This season doesn't feel like Ducati winning, it feels like Marquez conquering. And that difference is at the heart of Misano's uneasy applause. If the crowd tries to rattle him, Marquez has shown he can turn jeers into jet fuel. He's already won at Misano 4 times in the Premier class and has admitted in the past that the boos only sharpen his focus. Still, this weekend he is making a conscious effort to flip the narrative. Speaking ahead of the race, Marquez made it clear, Misano is for the fans. Catalunya was fantastic, an amazing celebration with all the fans, he said after Barcelona. It was a track that, at least on paper, didn't suit my style. Yet we still won the sprint and finished second in the race. Misano is different. It's a track that really fits my riding. This weekend is dedicated to all the Ducati fans. I can't wait to get back on track. It's a bold olive branch offered in a place where olive branches aren't always accepted. Whether the Misano crowd cheers or boos, Marquez's march toward the championship remains inevitable. He will likely have his first shot at officially sealing the crown at Motegi, the home track of his former team Honda. A fittingly poetic stage for Ducati's newest hero to lift the trophy. For now, though, Misano represents more than just points. It's a battle for hearts, a test of whether Ducati fans, so deeply tied to Rossi and the Italian tradition, can embrace a rider they once reviled as the man who denied their idol. Will Marquez be celebrated as the savior who brought Ducati back to the top, or will he remain the outsider in red? This weekend, the grandstands of Misano will deliver their verdict.